Can you buy a $450 snowmobile and bring it out to Chetek, Wisconsin and have some fun? Well, kinda. What is going on today, guys? So today we are actually out and about, and we are going to hopefully be buying a very important piece for a future event that we are looking to take part of at the end of February in Wisconsin. But we're gonna see if we are able to get our hands on this. So the event is, it is a snowmobile race. My buddy Kevin, Junkyard Digs, invited me out to Wisconsin to join with him on the trip. And I need to procure a snowmobile. So we are going to look at today a 1981 Yamaha 340 XL. Is what we're taking a look at. Looked like it was super low miles. It said like 800 some odd miles on it. Not sure how accurate that is, but overall the thing's really clean. It's pretty nice. Kevin thought it would be a pretty good addition, as they pretty much all run Yamaha enticers. So with that being said, we're gonna go out and take a look at this sled, hopefully get it. It was a pretty good deal. The guy had it listed for like 650 bucks. So we're gonna take a look and see if this is gonna be the sled for the trip. And if it is, might need to do a couple upgrades, do a little bit of maintenance, and then do some snowmobile sledding. So let's, we're already on the road actually. Thankfully it's only about an hour north of where I'm at, so it shouldn't be too bad, but let's hit it, and hopefully hopefully we've got ourselves a sled for February.
Into the winter.
Yeah. Just a little bit, yep, there it is. And just like that, we have ourselves a sled. So this is a Yamaha XL3 1981. Looks like it was last registered in Illinois in 2005. So we'll have to dig a little bit deeper into that. But the guy was nice enough to throw a new Sled, a new ski on for us, because one of them broke yesterday. He took it out for a rip, let me take it out for a rip. Runs excellent, so we are in good shape. Probably needs a carb rebuild and a couple other fun little things, but to be honest, it's a great start. And we picked it up for 450 bucks. Let's go. And one last piece to commemorate this new purchase. There we go. Excellent. Nice. Okay guys, so we were able to make it all the way home with the brand new snowmobile, and here she is. She looks absolutely mint. So there is a couple things we're gonna need to address. Need to go ahead and address, unfortunately it does look like it needs a fuel tank, needs a cap there. This one's broken the other side. They honestly both need to be replaced. There's just some things that we can do to clean this up. Need to probably get a new headlight, probably at least that piece right there on there. I have no idea what this is. Oh, look at that. Somebody was kind enough to leave a couple of plugs in there for us. So gonna change the plugs. This one does have an electric starter on it, so that's kind of cool, but nothing's working on it, so I assume that there's spots for a battery down there. So we need to go ahead, add a battery to this. Need to look at changing the belt and rebuilding this carb. So there's a good amount of stuff that needs to be done on this, but I think on the plus side, this thing's in absolutely beautiful shape. So there's a little nick right there, but that's not too bad. And beyond that, I mean, just everything else is in really good shape. Everything moves nicely, so it's just going to be kind of fixing a couple of small pieces and we'll be off to the races. So I'm gonna start digging in, find some parts on this, and then once we get them in, we'll start to get them replaced and get everything all back up to tip-top shape. Today we're back out in the garage. Admittedly, it's been a minute, but we are working on our snowmobile. So this is a 1981 XL3 with crazy low miles, supposedly, at about 800. Let's see if that's going to actually focus. 819. It's got a tack. Overall, it's in pretty decent shape. The guy did replace the ski. I did go ahead and get a couple of new ones that we're going to kind of piece together out of 2 sets. We're going to make one good set. This one did have a broken fuel tank that is eluding me right now, right here. So, as you can see, the tip broke off on there. Went ahead and got another one. Have the seat off right now because we're going through and we're going to follow Kevin from Junkyard Digs video on how to replace all these. Went ahead and pulled off the bogies. These things are completely shot. The bearings were completely seized. So I'm going to go ahead and probably drop the suspension off and actually pull this motor out of the out of the snowmobile because I want to go through it. I'm a little concerned with what I've seen so far that I'm going to need to go through and do quite a bit of work on this. Not really a big deal. Was kind of expecting this. Again, we only got this thing for like 450 bucks, so it's not really a huge deal. But I want to go through, get everything all cleaned up, ready to go, double check to make sure all the motor's healthy. I mean, it ran when I picked it up, so I'm really not too concerned about that. I do need to clean the carburetor because I know that was an issue when I bought it, but then again, it didn't have a gas cap on it, so who knows how old that gas was. Not really a big deal, but we're going to go ahead. We're going to actually remove the motor from this. It looks pretty straightforward from what I can see. So I'm going to go ahead and get this pulled out and then go through. We're going to see if it needs a crank seal or not and go from there. But we're pretty much just going through cleaning up the entire snowmobile. So I'm going to go through. I've got some D-germ over there and some non-scuff pads. We're going to clean all this up, get it all nice and good to go. Go through the suspension, figure out if this is supposed to be loose like that. I anticipated that it is not. And then we're going to go through and get everything cleaned up and good to go. So I'll probably have to pause because I'm going to need to order parts like bearings and stuff like that, but not really a big deal. Let's get started. Actually back out in the garage, and we've been working on the clutch for the snowmobile. So we went ahead and got everything taken apart. We've got everything nice and clean, so I went ahead and made sure to inspect these. Got everything moving nice and freely. I had to wire wheel a bunch of stuff. Now everything looks great, so very happy with that. Go ahead and slide that right back on there. Went ahead and did the same on this apparatus as well. Pull those off. Went ahead and pulled apart these rollers. Got those moving nice and freely. Went ahead and cleaned up these pads. Everything overall looks really nice. Everything slides nicely now. Even went ahead and hit up the casing with the wire wheel. So this is pretty much done. This is the primary clutch. What I am going to do, there's the motor sitting over there still. I'm probably going to take a look to get that rust ridge off of the secondary, so you have to go ahead and pound out this pin right there. Not really the biggest deal in the world, but gonna go ahead and get that all cleaned up. Once that's cleaned up, we're gonna go ahead and replace the chain case lube, because I accidentally dumped this out when I was excavating everything. But once all that's done, we're gonna go ahead and set the motor back in, and then we can start to work on the suspension. So I did go ahead and pull off the front ski on this one, as there was a couple issues with this, primarily being that these threads right up here are totally gapped. They're totally destroyed. The ski itself is in okay shape. The carbides are just destroyed on there. I've got a new set of carbides coming. I did pick up a secondary set of skis. The only downside is that if I wanted to use this, the actual steering knuckle part of it is different. So I am going to use this ski. I might also change out this ski over here, because we unfortunately found out when I was inspecting these carbides that I can see my fingers through this ski. So this ski is also junk. And I think that this one, the shock wasn't as good. But we're going to go ahead and get all that figured out here in a little bit. But I'm going to wrap up the clutch and get started on the secondary. And let's circle back after I get those two done. Okay, well, after some good old time with the little wire wheel, went ahead and got this fully cleaned up. Went ahead and cleaned that up right there, cleaned up the disc surface. Everything about this looks nice and good. I'm going to go ahead and put on back the depth spring right here, and then drive everything back together. It should be all pretty much good to go, but yeah, very much huge improvement. There's so much. There's a massive rust ridge here, massive rust ridge here, and another one right there. So everything's all cleaned up. So now we're going to go ahead and get this all put back together. So we are finally back out in the garage, because we had to wait 2 weeks for a spindle to be able to steer the front skis on our old Yamaha. The issue that I had, namely, if I can find it, yep, it's this one right here, is somebody rounded off threads on that. So I was concerned about it coming up and down, whatnot, so I went ahead, got a replacement spindle. I ordered the single, didn't think it was going to come in time, ordered a pair. They both showed up on the same day. Always love how that works. So I need to tear apart the suspension on this sled, so I need to go ahead, I need to pull the other ski off, because the other ski, unfortunately, needs a little bit of welding. Right there, if you can see that. So thankfully the other side's solid. I just, I'm gonna weld that seam, and then potentially if I can find another factory ski, I'll just put a new ski on it. It's not a big deal. Beyond that, we need to go ahead, put together the motor back again. So off camera, I did go ahead and get the carb all cleaned out. We can go ahead and focus on that. Went ahead, took the carb off, took it all apart, cleaned it all up. Everything looks really good on there. The previous owner was claiming that he was having issues getting it started. When I took off the bowl, the metering screw, or I think it's a metering rod, for the main fuel inlet was just sitting in the bowl. So I'm assuming that that was the biggest issue, along with this right here being this like really weird PVC hose that clearly doesn't fit at all on there, and I think that that was also restricting some of the flow. So went ahead and we got this clutch all cleaned up. We got this clutch fully broke apart. We went ahead and hit it up on the outside and make it all look all nice. We've got new plugs, new belt, new fuel lines. We're gonna slap this motor back in there and get everything all said and done. By the end of today, I'm hoping to also have on my new bogies, which I've got 2 new bogey wheels. This was crazy to see the difference. So I had to wait for these as well. That is huge. They're supposed to have the rubber on them, and as you can see, these ones did not. So we're gonna go ahead and place the bogey wheels. I did also get, I think these are cut to fill plastic sacrificial pieces for the bottom of the track itself. And then I need to press in all brand new bearings. I just bought Timken's because I'm familiar with the brand. On there originally I was going to go with P&G because they were cheap. But I don't have a bunch of sleds. I only have this one. So that's what we're going to rock. So hopefully we can get everything done today. I'm pretty sure that we're going to be able to, because it's not going to take me long at all. What I'm probably going to do real quick is pull off the suspension on this side, get that track welded up so I can get all of that sitting and painted and ready to go. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I went ahead and I flattened out a big dent right here. Got this all more or less cleaned up. Hit it with a wire wheel. So now I'm gonna start to weld this seam that's broken. It is broken near the back as well. This is just to get me through this event that I'm going to, and then afterwards I'm gonna buy a new ski. So I've got 2 aftermarket skis. I just like these because I can use the wear bars that I already have and be good to go. Well, overall, I would say that's pretty good. So my welding's subpar at best, but if you take a look at the bottom of that, that's pretty good. There's no holes. That shouldn't be there anyways, so I'm gonna rock that. I think that'll be totally fine. I'm gonna let this cool off, and then I'm gonna hit it with with just a couple coats of paint, make it look all nice. Okay, so getting a couple coats of paint down, everything's looking really nice. We're gonna start working on the fuel tank. My goal is this: I want to get the fuel tank in. I can drop the motor in at any time, so I'm gonna put the fuel tank on first, run all the lines, obviously except the ones that go to the engine, and then we'll be in good shape. So here's the fuel tank right here. I did have to get a new one because this was all messed up, but we went ahead and pulled this out. I've got a fresh filter for this. I did have to replace the sightline white tape that's on there because it was all cracked and faded. I just used white duct tape. Looks good. So I should be able to run a new level sensor, or I'm sorry, a new level gauge per se, directly to this hose, run it right down to the barb, then we should be in good shape. But I did rebuild this. It all looks really nice. It all works perfect, so it's in really good shape. So we're gonna go ahead, get this all cleaned up and ready to go, and then put it on the snowmobile and really start getting cracking. Okay, getting a bunch of the small stuff all wrapped up. Got the carb on. We went ahead and put the filter on just because it makes me feel good. But went ahead and blew out all this, put some new plugs in. Got this all torqued up, so this is all good. We still need to fill the chain case with gear lube on there, but overall everything's pretty good. We got all the electrical connections all done. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to try to figure out how to get the electric start in this going. we'll kind of leave that. Still need to get the oil jug that's draining over here. I still need to get the oil jug hooked back up right there, and then I think I've got a miscellaneous spring I got to figure out where I went, so I just got to go look through the video. Not a big deal, but what we're going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and pull off the track. I need to replace the bearings in here as well as the track liners. So as you can see right like that right there, that's not supposed to be like that. We got some new ones right here. They just go right in place. You just pound them directly on. So pretty straightforward, as well as I need to go ahead and replace the bogey wheels. We went ahead and got these brand new ones with the new bearings. I pressed the new bearings in and got everything all cleaned up. So these are good to go, but I still need to change those bearings on the back wheels themselves. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this. It looks like you just have to, there's 2 bolts right here, front bolts right there that I already got started. We need to knock this forward. There's an adjuster pin right there, and then we should be able to knock it forward and then drop the entire track out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that. Okay, so we went ahead and pulled off the track. Like I said, the biggest thing that we were concerned about was how bad these were. We're also going to be changing the bearings in the rear axle. So thankfully it's pretty easy. These tracks just come off with a 1 Phillips head screw, and then I'm pretty sure they're cut to length, so I'm going to do that. Well, after quite a while, we were able to pound these out. I had to pound out this one that seems the track's a little messed up. I had to pound it out in multiple pieces, but this one came out in one big swoop. So now I'm going to take the new one, which obviously is nice and straight here, and I'm going to go ahead and I think what you do is I think you start at the front, you let it wrap a little bit, and then you take it all the way. At least that's what I think is going to happen. If not, I'll start from the back. Maybe I'll start from the back. Let's give that a shot. And there we go. We've got all of the new bearings and bogies installed. We've got the rear idlers, everything all set to go. Went ahead and cleaned up as much as we could on there. I went and greased this shaft. This is the front mounting shaft, as well as we did go ahead and put on all of these new, both these new tracks. So these turned out awesome. You do have to cut the back, because at least on this sled, at least, they're cut to fit. But we trimmed off the edge just like the old one had. And to be honest, this thing's in awesome shape. So I'm going to slap this back into the sled. It looks like the easiest way is the set screws have a little set nut on them to extend the track. So I'm going to get this back in place, get the front mounted up, and then I think you actually just mount up all the mounting points and then tighten the track in. I think that's how this would go, at least which would make the easiest sense. So I'm going to do that off camera though, real quick, and then we've just got a couple of small things left to sort out. Okay, well, after many hard-fought hours, we have the skid back underneath the snowmobile. That was a huge pain for only being 6 bolts. So what I ended up having to do, if you ever have to do this on an Enticer or an Excel, I had to remove the limiting strap. Then you get these 2 bolts in. I took apart this whole back piece back over here for the nuts, but you don't really have to do that once you do the limiting strap. It all goes together, and then you can at the end adjust out all of your stuff, and it kind of works. So finally, I'm going to put the skis back on. I basically just rebuilt these skis out of parts that I already had between the 2 sets I had, plus I had to order a new spindle for the driver's side. So we are very, very close to being able to set this back down onto the ground, but still need to deal with exhaust, the oil, the oiling system, and I'm forgetting something else, the belt. But we're almost done, so we're gonna keep going. Well, really wrapping up, getting closer now. Went ahead and got the belt on, got the belt enclosure on, put the spare belt right there, exhaust, filled up the crankcase with oil as well. Only thing that we have really left to do now is the oil jug over here. Might need to get some new lines for that. I don't know if I am gonna need that. And then I'm also gonna put the hood on. Probably gonna put the hood on now, but did get the skis on fully, and Sled is already on, so we are very close to being done with this. Well, after a solid 14 hours outside, the sled is back together, actually, pretty much in its entirety. I still want to do a couple things like buff up the paint a little bit, get these old stickers off that aren't very appealing, but overall it's pretty good. I went ahead and put some gas in it. We went ahead and got the oil tank resituated on there. So this has all brand new fuel lines, or I say brand new to me. These ones were already changed, but I went ahead and double checked everything. The oil line, I replaced one of them. This is just a little breather, and then the one going to the pump I'm not really super concerned about. So everything should be all good to go. It's about 2:30 in the morning. I want to see if I can get this to fire. So we're gonna try that real quick and see what happens. Let's go. Okay, well, it does start right up with just a touch of starting fluid, so I mean, it's a good place to start, and we'll get back to it. So we are back out in the garage. Went ahead and got a couple of things all buttoned up. Went ahead and put a nice little shine on that paint right there, and everything's under its own weight. So this thing absolutely fires right up to life. So the last thing that we need to do is just put it on the trailer, thankfully. So we're gonna do that real quick, but I just wanna show you guys how easy this thing starts up now. Cold start, I haven't started it yet today. Key on, and success. Hey guys, Zach here. If you've enjoyed this content, please consider leaving a like, dropping a comment below, or even clicking that subscribe button. Alright, thanks so much. What is going on today, guys? So today is beautiful Wednesday morning, and it is the day that we finally head off to Chetek, Wisconsin to link up with build season, the Bobs, Ezra, and of course Kevin from Junkyard Digs, and Angus, with that being said. So got everything all loaded up. So we're getting ready to hit the road. All right, let's do it. Okay guys, so we've made it about 150, maybe 160 miles at this point. The truck's doing pretty well. It has developed a cylinder 3 misfire. So I'm just gonna pull off into an AutoZone, throw a plug at it real quick. This truck has thrown plugs before, so it's really not super concerning at this point. Yeah, it's doing the whole like blah, 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 hesitation, just like it's throwing a plug. So we'll go ahead, pull over, throw a plug in it real quick. Yep, there we go. There's all the Christmas tree lights like it always does in these trucks. So we'll go ahead and throw a plug at it, and we should be good to go. Maybe I'll grab a couple of spares while I'm there just to make sure. I have one in the glove box, but wanted to make sure, just in case this doesn't fix it, that we're at a parts store and we can fix it with pretty much anything we need. So this truck's had new plugs, new wires, new coil, so I'm really not super concerned. I'm almost positive it's a plug. It's acting just like a plug. So with that being said, we're gonna throw a plug at it and keep going. So all right, let's go. Okay, and just as suspected, here's the one that I pulled out of the truck on there, and this one probably has like 30,000 miles on it. As you can see, the tip is all corroded. I was trying to fire through it, it's just junk. I've got a used good one, but I'm probably gonna grab a new one. But why I also say to do this in a part slot stores, because when I was pulling it apart, the boot ripped, left this piece right on there. So 90 wire, if I did this on the side of the road, would have been stranded. And just like that, we're good to go. So thankfully I did grab a couple more plugs, but yeah, this thing was pretty bad. Kind of surprised, but hey, you know what, happens. So we're gonna get back on the road. We finally made it to Wisconsin. So beyond our misfire coming back, everything's been going pretty smoothly. So we got about 145 miles until we're at Steve's place. So we're gonna keep the hammer down, probably stop one more time for fuel, and then go see what Steve's up to. All right, let's go. That's the place that makes gummy bears, right? Okay, well, I think we just got to the bottom of the misfiring issue. Glad that they actually made me buy the whole set. I had another wire strip out, but even crazier than that, one of the brand new ones stripped the core out when I pulled it off to check the plug. So I'm assuming it was a poor connection, which was the cause of that. So went ahead and replaced those two wires, and we're gonna go ahead and get back on the road. The plug looked perfect, so who knows? We shall see. Well, we finally made it out to Wisconsin on there. We're gonna get some sleep and then hopefully work on this thing in the morning. We're gonna go say hi to Build Season Steve.
So, supporting poverty tour if you can't make it. Look who it is! Hey, all right, so I'm gonna, just a slight squirrel moment here. Everybody behind me, this is Zach Zagel from ZZ's Garage. Hello. Steve, man. How you doing?
What's going on?
Oh, nothing much. Here, one of these.
Yeah.
We have two flavors, so you can pick either one or both.
Oh, okay.
Yellow bellies.
Yeah, I'll take one of those. Yep.
Hey, you can sit over here if you want. You'll be on camera. Excellent. So if you guys haven't heard of Zach, he's on YouTube, ZZ's Garage. I've rolled with Zach the last 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
On Power Tour.
Yep.
And he, let me turn this a little bit.
Oh, you're good.
Zach and his wife Sam are like the lead car in our group, and it's awesome because I just get to drive and follow the whatever car Zach's driving. He has a what year square body C10?
Yep, it's a 84 C10 with an LS and a T56.
Yeah,
and then we also have the 86 Mustang.
Yep.
And then this last year I bought an 83 Mustang and a 95 Mustang. So
yeah, he has a slight problem with Mustangs right now.
Okay, it's the next day. We're actually gonna ride with Build Season Steve. Went ahead and got his 300 Enticer all loaded up. So we're gonna hit the road for Chetek. Let's go. Well, look at that view. So it's the it's the Friday of the vintage ride. So we did make it up last night. Way too dark to get any film. We did have a small little carburetor problem. But Kevin was able to get the choke unstuck, so we just need to go through it a little bit and then slap it on the snowmobile, and then we're gonna take off the vintage ride. Let's go. But man, look at that. Well, after some quick maintenance, we're hitting the road.
After taking the sled back to the cabin, we went ahead and jumped on Angus's spare sled, thanks Angus, and got back for the vintage ride.
We finally made it. Unfortunately, we're on Angus's spare part sled because mine decided to not run anymore. Probably a coil, something else. We're going to figure it out tonight, but we're going to get ready to go here in just a minute. Everybody's locked and loaded. This thing's wild. Old GM car. Well, we made it to the first bar. Here's the lineup that we got going on. Sleds as far as the eye can see. All right, let's go.
So anybody gets their teeth started on the first pole gets a ticket for a free drink at the marina later this afternoon. I don't know about you, but when we leave here, we're going to go to the cantina. That's just follow the drill.
You get a
Everybody
prize
hear
for the most pulls here?
One pull start challenge. If you get it on one pull, you get a beer. After that, we're going to the cantina.
Thank you, Kevin.
And then after. Oh, wait a minute. Is it a John Deere? Oh, yeah.
Ah! After a quick trip over to the cantina to get some beverages and a little bit of food, we headed back to Lakeshore Marina, where there was chili put on by the Chetek Snow Flyers, the local snowmobile club, and it was extremely good. The vintage ride officially ended with the chili stop. After that, we went to Red's for the big kickoff party for Winterfest and called it a night. Hey guys, Zach here. If you've enjoyed this content, please consider leaving a like, dropping a comment below, or even clicking that subscribe button. All right, thanks so much. It's another beautiful day in Chetek, Wisconsin. The pack is already just taken off. We're actually going over to Red's. Today is the Bikini runs, the radar runs, and all the fun sled stuff. So we do finally have our own sled working properly. I did have to steal the carburetor from Angus's sled that we took on the vintage run. Thanks, Angus. Which I will return at the end, just to clarify. So, ended up being the carburetor. The emulsions tube was totally stuck in the carburetor. So, I thought I fully cleaned it out. Seems like after wide open throttle, it wasn't getting enough air. So, we're going to take this over to Red's, and we're going to go see some cool stuff today. All right, let's go. Okay, so here is the vintage show. We've got a lot of cool stuff over here, a lot of vintage ski-doos all up front. This is primarily a ski-doo dealer, so they got a lot of really cool stuff. But overall, pretty interesting and pretty good turnout for it only being, you know, 0 snow on the ground whatsoever and 22 degrees. Okay, let's take a look. Skedaddler. Okay, so we're gonna go check out the radar runs and the bikini runs, and man, it is packed. It's like 22 degrees outside here, and yeah, should be a good time. Let's go take a look.
All right, so when Fernando gets done racing today, he's going back to work at Whiskey Way. So if you want to go support him, you can keep later on tonight after the races, head over to Whiskey Way. This is Fernando's 3rd year doing the bikini run. This might be one of his better outfits. So as he gets ready...
Look at his tramp stamp on the back, by the way.
All right, Fernando, you got 500 feet whenever you're ready. Put your hands together. Bree, are you ready? All right, Bree, whenever, go ahead. 500 feet, put your hands together for Bree. Woo! All right, Haley, it looks like we're ready. Whenever you'd like. Put your hands together for Haley. Coming up next is Sherri. So we're gonna get Sherri lined up. So Sherri had our top speed last year. They are also 2 of our largest donators as well with Gilligan's. So Gilligan's hosts, we had the Pod Pop, that was on the 14th. And then A&A Haulers is also one of our major sponsors for the bikini run. So they actually sponsor this part of our event. So last year, Sherri went 83 miles an hour. We had a little bit better track, obviously, with the snow conditions. She said she's still ready for top speed here. If you saw that feature photo, you would see her in it. All right, Sherri, we're gonna get the radar ready. All right, Sherri, you can line up, and then whenever you're ready. So let's get your hands together, Sherri. Give it up to the Gilligan's and A&A Haulers sponsor. There we go, she's going for that top speed again. So that's just a reminder, guys. Make sure you're staying off that track down there.
Moving.
We gotta give our competitors as much room. We want everyone safe. So we came in at 73 miles an hour. We got a top speed. This is Cassie's 2nd year doing the bikini run. So while they get lined up, we'll make sure our radar gun's ready to run. Remember, tonight, after the races are done, we do award ceremony over at Lakeside Cantina. That starts at 6. All those raffle tickets you're on, those are drawn at 6 as well. So while Cassie's ready, whenever you'd like, give your hands together for Cassie! friend for Cassie is Amy. Alright guys, so Cassie's speed just came up 75 miles an hour! We're gonna let Bree get situated. I think you should give her a little support though. It's pretty quiet, guys. Get your hands together. Let's give her some support. Making sure our radar's ready. All right, Bree. They got their hands together whenever you're ready. 500 feet. That's down the middle of this canoe. That's gonna be close, guys. So we're 75 right now. Let's see when it comes in. We had 71 miles an hour. So they're bringing Angela up here. So she actually is a bikini run racer extraordinaire. This is her 4th bikini run this season. So this is her 4th bikini run this season. She is 15 years cancer-free. So we added a class as well. So we only did stock sleds in the past. Now we're doing stock and non-stock, as you can see. So we have a couple different speed prizes. So we have the stock for fastest time and the non-stock. So you'll see 75 so far for fastest time. And then for non-stock, we have a whole nother. So give it up for Angela! Put your hands together, guys. She's got her tether on. Radar ready. Whenever you're ready. I think everyone liked that one. Yeah? Is this why you guys call it Bikini Run? Is this the real reason? Awesome. I hope we got some good pictures. Remember, we have to She's at the top speed right now for the non-stock, 85 miles an hour! All right, Nikki, your rookie year in Chetek. You ready to get best speed? You're going for the, no matter what, you're going to have
There goes the track.
That means there ain't no stopping.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she blew it at the radar line.
She's all right, guys. She's cooling down right there. So we all know in some of these sports it's expensive. We have a lot of fun doing it, but 96 miles!
That's crazy. Okay, so we set out to see if we could bring our $450 snowmobile out to Chetek, Wisconsin, and we kind of made it. Yes and no. So went ahead and we did steal Angus's carburetor for the weekend. Again, thanks Angus. I went ahead and put mine back on. The emulsion tube from the bowl into the primary is basically completely seized. So I'm gonna have to probably take that out in a vise, get some replacement parts, or just a replacement carb. So this thing did do awesome once I did steal Angus's carb and rip around with it. We were doing something like probably 30-40 miles an hour, and this thing was an absolute blast. All the work we did was totally worth it. So we got to do some really scenic shots, got to see some really cool stuff and meet some really cool people. So the unfortunate thing without all the snow is right before this, all of my Halifax or skids seized up on the track just because we've got no snow to cool them down. So thankfully they are all brand new. So worst case, we just replace them. They're like 15 bucks, really not a big deal. And now I know a ton about Yamaha snowmobiles. So this has been a blast. We're going to go out to the bar and then tomorrow's the long trek home. So, yeah, meet you back then. Hey guys, Zach here. If you've enjoyed this content, please consider leaving a like, dropping a comment below, or even clicking that subscribe button. All right, thanks so much. On Sunday, just as we were getting ready to head home, we decided, let's go take a look at the snow drags. And we were kind of in for a little surprise that was definitely very unexpected. Meet Jared. He's a perennial champion of the ice drags sport, and this is his neon. So a cool thing about ice drags is you can bring a passenger. So talking with Kevin, he was able to score us a seat in this hot rod for a full race.
Bluetooth stereo on the ice racer.
Dude, nice, beautiful, beautiful.
I don't know what the hell this is. I must have played the wrong playlist. So if you happen to see anybody like sliding out towards this spot, if you want a spot, go ahead. If not,
Okay.
if you talk, I might not respond, but I'm hearing everything.
You're fine. You're fine, okay.
I gotta move up. That was too slippery. This car likes the high side.
Oh, okay.
That other feature really started to kick up all the snow. Oh, that wasn't the line either. Hey, my tires warmed up. See if I can hang on the inside.
Yup, yup.
We're so close. And I made up some ground on that lap. Oh, not that guy. He's defensive. Well, that track was not anywhere near as exciting as I thought it was going to be.
Oh,
for
okay.
you.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it was just second the whole time, and nobody even ever really came close.
No.
But hey, that was still a blast, man. Thank you
And that
so
was,
much.
That was about half the speed of what we normally do.
Oh, really? Really? That's slick. Okay.
Yeah, that was real slow.
Yeah.
After the race, we went ahead and packed up and headed out of Chetek. Well, guys, we're actually just leaving Steve from Build Season's house. If you guys know of me, but you don't know of Build Season, go check him out immediately. Immediately. I'm going to go ahead and leave his channel image right here. And I'll also link it in the bio just to make sure it's all good. So we do have the Silverado back in good running shape now. Everything's all good to go. Trailer all hooked up. Ended up just being a bad coil. We drove about 250 miles on maybe 4 cylinders, maybe. So truck sounds great, runs great. I think it's gonna be a really, really easy drive back. So we're gonna hit the road. It's about 5 p.m. now. It's about 8 hours to my house. So with that being said, I'm gonna roll in around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So we're gonna hit the road as soon as we can. Let's go.
Well, and just like that, our $2,000 truck hauled our $1,500 trailer, hauling our $500 snowmobile. We drove over 1,000 miles. Steve from Build Season again, huge shout out to him. We were having issues with the truck, so we took his diesel truck, actually pretty comfortable, surprisingly. So we did survive making it out to Chetek. We got to ride around on the icy lake. We had to get to have a ball, and yeah, let's do it all again next year. All right, see you then.
Thank you, Kevin.